Yes, students, you can see on the screen and the chapter we have already started, Glimpses of India. And please note that today we have some students with us in the class physically also. Sometimes if they are answering, you'll not be able to listen. I'll be summing it up. And if you are answering some question, they will not be able to listen. So you have to be patient and listen each other. And then I'll be summing up that answer. Clear? So before we start with the questions, let us have the recap of the previous part that we have read. And I'd like to start with the student sitting in the class today, Ashmit Agarwal. Will you explain what we read in the first part, that is a baker from Goa?
Yes, the author is saying from the mouth of his elders that they are thinking and remembering their past of the Portuguese days and about the famous loaves of bread they liked very much. He says that though now the bakers are not there, but the furnaces are still there in which they bake the breads. Then he says that the traditional baker comes in the morning by making a jingling sound by his bamboo staff. Uh, then he
Yes.
said that he was very happy with the baker, that baker was like a friend, companion, and a guide for them.
Hmm.
When the baker would make a sound of thud, then they would be woken up and they meet and leave the baker nicely. Not for that they were not fascinated by the loaves of bread. They were bought by the Paskin or the Destins. They were fascinated about the round ring-shaped loaves of bread that was made with sweet sugar.
Yes. Yes, sit down. Next to Vidugal, anything that he has left?
When they like to have those round days, and they used to come up and keep in his basket that what kind of things they got. And even if someone would read them, then they would try to read till the basket while winding up a little to walk or tea, so that they could see what kind of things they got.
Hmm. Sit down. Yes, we have read in the first part, the writer has told us about the effect of the Portuguese people in those days in Goa. And we are given the description or the pen portrait of a Goan village. And in that village, what type of life a baker was leading and what activities or what work he was doing. So in this, the writer has told from the mouth of the elders of the Goan people, गोवा में रहने वाले जो लोग थे उनके एल्डर्स के माउथ से हमें ये बताया जा रहा है कि वो अपने पास्ट की बातों को याद करके बहुत खुश होते हैं कि उनके पास जो ऐसे लोग होते थे बेकर्स, they might not have been present now, they have vanished from that, but still many people who were mixing the things, molding the things, and they were baking the things, they are still present. It means if the person who was doing this work has died now, their sons have taken that profession. So still the furnaces are burning, they have not extinguished, कि अभी भी उनकी आग जो है वो बुझी नहीं है. Still they are doing this work of baking the things. So after this, the writer has told that a particular name was given to those bakers at that time, that was Peder. Peder, they were known as the name of Peder. So after this, the writer tells us that these peders or the bakers, they used to come in the street twice a day, once in the morning when he comes to sell the bread, and second time when he was returning after selling his whole bread with the empty basket, when he comes for the second time, that was the second visit. Or the baker used to make a musical entry. उसके पास एक बैम्बू स्टाफ होता था जिसके ऊपर वो अपनी बास्केट को फिक्स करता था, जब भी कहीं खड़ा होता था उसके ऊपर उसने कुछ बेल्स लगाई होती थी, और जब वो एंटर करता था तो जब वो थर्ड की साउंड आती है उसके बैम्बू उस स्टाफ को फिक्स करने की, तो उसके साथ कुछ जिंगलिंग साउंड सुनाई देती थी. And with that sound, the children came running, exciting out of their beds, and they never even worried to clean their teeth and wash their faces also, because according to them it was of no use. Once it was a troublesome to take some stick from some tree for as a brush to clean the teeth, and the secondly, according to them, when they were going to have hot tea, automatically their teeth will be cleaned. So it was of no use. Here the funny element has added the writer in the story. And they used to come outside running, not to purchase the bread, not to buy the bread, because the bread was purchased by the maid servants, and the baker was very friendly and very showing very good behavior with them, because they used to greet all those women of the house by wishing them good morning, etc. And the maid servants purchase the bread. The children just surround that baker, because they were very much excited to see those bangles which were made of the bread. It is just like a sweet bread which was brought for the children specially. And even after the rebuke, the children did not scatter. They surrounded this baker by climbing on some platform or on some bench, and they used to peep into the basket and choose the bangles according to their own. So in this way, they also enjoyed the visit of the bakers. So this we have read in the first part. According to that, if we go for the questions, what are the elders in Goa nostalgic about? Yes, beta. You don't have the book with you? Why? Hmm? It's very surprising. You are coming for the class. You have timetable with you, and you are coming without book. Hmm? Yes, beta. First one from this side, Mohit. First question: what are the elders in Goa nostalgic about?
The elders in Goa nostalgic about that those who taught Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread, those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there.
Yes, the elders of the Goa, they were nostalgic about those good old Portuguese days. And they feel that the eaters of those loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. They still have mixers, molders, and those who bake the loaves. So they remember their past in a very fonding way, in a very happy way, and they still find that the furnaces were still existing there. Yes, second question is bread making still popular in Goa? How do you know? Next one.
Yes, bread making is still popular in Goa.
How do you know?
From the latest statement that the eaters have might vanished, but the makers are behind. They are mixtures, molders, and the ones who bake the loaves. And time-tested furnaces are also there.
One more point at the end of this passage.
The fire of the furnaces has not been extinguished.
One more is there to prove this point.
The third and the jingle of the
No, no, no. Modern time में third और jingle नहीं है. First point, you can say that the writer tells us that the eaters of the loaves might have vanished, but the mixers, molders, and the bakers are still present. Second, the furnaces still exist. The fire has not extinguished, furnaces still exist. Third point is that is given to you at the end of this passage, that the fathers may not be alive, but their sons have taken the family profession. They are carried on with this same profession. Okay, this also shows that still the bread making is popular in Goa, and even the writer tells us these bakers even today known as pader in Goa. अभी भी उनको लोग pader के नाम से ही जानते हैं जो bakers हैं. Okay, we have to give all these points in the form of proof. Next question is, what is the baker called? Very simple. The baker is called pader. Third, next is, when would the baker come every day? Why did the children run to meet him? Yes, next one.
When would the baker come every day? The bakers used to came at least twice.
यूज टू केम नहीं होगा बेटा, अगर आप यूज टू लगा रहे हो तो टू के बाद हमेशा फर्स्ट फॉर्म यूज होती है. नोट डाउन दिस. यस,
Used to come at least twice a day.
एटलीस्ट वर्ड की जरूरत नहीं है. द बेकर यूज टू कम ट्वाइस अ डे, once in the morning when he enters with the music and third sound of the bamboo staff, when he comes to sell the bread, and second time on the return when he comes back after selling with his empty basket. And why did the children run to meet him? Next one. Why did the children run to meet him? They were excited to choose the bread bangles for themselves, the sweet bread, not to purchase the bread, but to have their bread bangles, which was specially made for the children. And in this way, they enjoyed the company of the baker. Clear? Any doubt to anyone? Okay. Now come to the next part. Students, you can use your book also, or if you want, you can look at the screen. I'm starting with the next part on page 87. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. वहां पर जो कहते हैं मैरिजेस थी, इन दैट ऑल्सो द ब्रेड वॉज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अकॉर्डिंग टू देम मैरिज गिफ्ट्स आर मीनिंगलेस. जितने मर्जी वो गिफ्ट दे देते थे, दोज गिफ्ट्स वर मीनिंगलेस if they have not given sweet bread in the form of a gift. Sweet bread was also given at the time of marriage. Without the sweet bread known as the bowl, underline this word. What was the name given to that sweet bread which was given as a gift? Bowl, B-O-L, bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread, in the same way, if they have any party or any feast, कोई भी सेलिब्रेशन कर रहे हैं, किसी तरह की भी कोई पार्टी या गेट टुगेदर हो रही है, that also loses its charm if there is no bread. That means they serve the dishes made of bread also in that party or in that feast also. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So the writer says, from this statement we come to know that it is very important. Bread is very important for them. Not enough can be said. कि इससे ज्यादा और कुछ नहीं कहा जा सकता ये बताने के लिए कि ब्रेड कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट थी उनके लिए, कि उनकी कोई मैरिज, कोई फीस्ट, कोई फेस्टिवल जो था वो ब्रेड के बिना नहीं होता था. इट वॉज मीनिंगलेस और इट वॉज नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज अ गुड फंक्शन इफ दे डोंट यूज. जैसे हमारे कहते हैं ना, कोई शादी है तो कहते हैं कि पीने पिलाने को जरूर होना चाहिए, तभी आजकल लोग कहते हैं कि अच्छी शादी करी उन्होंने. तो अगर वहां नहीं मिलता लोगों को अच्छा खाने पीने को, तो वो कहते कुछ भी नहीं किया उन्होंने, तो बारात का वेलकम ही नहीं करा, अच्छे से खिलाया पिलाया नहीं, उनको सेवा नहीं करी. तो उनके क्या था, दे गिव इम्पोर्टेंस टू ब्रेड. कोई भी पार्टी, कोई भी उनका गेट टुगेदर, कोई भी मैरिज है, तो ब्रेड की डिशेस जो हैं वो जरूर होनी चाहिए, अदरवाइज इट इज नॉट गुड पार्टी. So in this way, the writer says nothing more can be said than this. कि इससे ज्यादा और कुछ बताने की जरूरत नहीं है कि ब्रेड उनके लिए कितनी इंपॉर्टेंट थी. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. और अगर उनकी डॉटर की एंगेजमेंट है, तो जो लेडी ऑफ द हाउस है, मीन्स उसकी मदर, जो भी है घर में लेडी, उसको सैंडविचेस बनाने होते थे. एंगेजमेंट के टाइम the sandwiches made of bread were served to the guests and it was also considered must. बहुत जरूरी था, उसके बिना वो फंक्शन को अधूरा समझते थे. Cakes and Bollenhaus are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. In the same way as we people celebrate birthday, wedding anniversaries और other functions, कोई भी फंक्शन करते हो तो आप कहते हो आजकल केक जरूरी होना चाहिए. क्रिसमस सेलिब्रेशन कर रहे हो, न्यू ईयर कर रहे हो, कोई भी फंक्शन हो, तो we also prefer now the cakes. In the same way, they also have cakes and Bollenhaus. Bollenhaus is also just like a cake, a dish prepared from the bread, that are a must नोट डाउन दिस वर्ड, मस्ट मीन्स बहुत जरूरी था, इसके बिना वो फंक्शन को इनकम्प्लीट सा समझते थे। फॉर क्रिसमस एज वेल एज अदर फेस्टिवल, सारे फेस्टिवल्स और क्रिसमस के लिए दैट वाज मस्ट। Thus the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. Underline this point कि फर्नेस, जो बेकर की फर्नेस थी, जो भट्टी थी, दैट वाज एब्सोल्युटली इसेंशियल, बहुत जरूरी थी, क्योंकि उनका कोई भी फंक्शन, कोई भी सेलिब्रेशन जो थी वो बिना ब्रेड के डिशेस से नहीं होती थी। सो इट वाज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत जरूरी थी, इसलिए वहां भट्टियां जो है वो अभी भी चल रही हैं, बिकॉज स्टिल पीपल आर गिविंग इंपॉर्टेंस टू द यूज ऑफ दिस ब्रेड फॉर ऑल दीज टाइप ऑफ डिशेस। द बेकर और द ब्रेड सेलर्स of these days had a peculiar dress. Now in the next paragraph we are told about the appearance of those bakers, how they look, what type of dress they used to wear. The baker or the bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress. ये एक special strange type की उनकी dress होती थी, that was known as the kabai. Underline the word K-A-B-A-I, kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. कैसी ड्रेस थी? It was just like a frock. फ्रॉक देखते हो ना आप, छोटे होते जब गर्ल्स पहनती है, आजकल इतने फैशन में नहीं है, लेकिन देखी होगी आपने, नीचे से खुला सा और ऊपर से टाइट फिटिंग वाली ड्रेस होती है। एंड इट वाज ए लॉन्ग सिंगल पीस, ऊपर से लेके नीचे तक सिंगल पीस, कोई उसमें जॉइंट नहीं, या जो अलग अलग जैसे आप कहते हो जी घघरा चोली सेपरेट दो पार्ट्स हैं, ऐसा नहीं था। इट वाज अ सिंगल पीस एंड अप टू द नीज, पूरे पैरों तक नहीं, कहां तक? घुटनों तक। रीचिंग डाउन टू द नीज, नीज से थोड़ा नीचे तक, घुटनों से थोड़ा नीचे। इन आवर चाइल्डहुड वी सॉ बेकर्स वेयरिंग अ शर्ट एंड ट्राउजर्स, लेकिन जो राइटर है या उनके एल्डर्स जो हैं वो क्या बताते हैं कि उन्होंने अपने बचपन में क्या देखा, उन्होंने कैसे देखे बेकर्स। दे सॉ बेकर्स वेयरिंग अ शर्ट एंड ट्राउजर्स व्हिच वर शॉर्टर देन फुल लेंथ वंस एंड लॉन्गर देन हाफ पैंट्स। कैसे थे? दे वर, दैट वाज नॉट सिंगल ड्रेस जस्ट लाइक ए फ्रॉक, वो ट्रेडिशनल है, लेकिन जो उन्होंने अपने चाइल्डहुड में देखा, जो बेकर्स थे, दे वर वेयरिंग अ शर्ट एंड अ ट्राउजर व्हिच वर शॉर्टर देन फुल लेंथ, पूरी पैंट जो है लंबी उससे छोटी, एंड लॉन्गर देन हाफ पैंट्स, लेकिन हाफ पैंट निक्कर जिसको हम बोलते हैं उससे लॉन्ग, तो वो क्या हो गया, जैसे कैपरी होता है आपका, घुटनों से नीचे तक, अप टू दैट, कि ऐसे उन्होंने ट्राउजर्स पहने होते थे विद शर्ट। उन्होंने अपने चाइल्डहुड में ऐसे बेकर्स भी देखे हैं। इवन टुडे anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites a comment that he is dressed like a pader. और आजकल भी इवन कहते अभी भी गोवा में जब कोई ऐसी ड्रेस पहन लेता है जो कि हाफ पैंट पहनता है, नीज तक या नीज से थोड़ा नीचे तक कोई भी हाफ पैंट पहनता है ना, तो उसको भी ये कमेंट दे दिया जाता है कि वो पेडर है, चाहे वो पेडर हो या ना हो, मतलब उसकी ड्रेसअप को देखकर लोग उसको पेडर कह देते हैं। दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन गिवन एट द बैक, सो यू मस्ट नोट डाउन कि व्हाट टाइप ऑफ ड्रेस इज स्टिल बीइंग कॉल्ड एज पेडर। कैसी लोग ड्रेस पहनते हैं तो उनको अभी भी पेडर कहा जाता है, कि अगर कोई भी ऐसा व्यक्ति हु वियर्स अ हाफ पैंट व्हिच रीचेस जस्ट बिलो द नीज, तो उसको क्या कह दिया जाता है? दैट ही इज अ पेडर। The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Now in the next passage we are told about the baker's economic situation. इकोनॉमिक समझते ना, आर्थिक, पैसे के संबंधी, फाइनेंशियली उसकी क्या स्टेटस था और वो कैसे अपना हिसाब किताब रखता था। The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. क्या करता था वो? डेली पैसे नहीं लेता था वो, एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ अपना बिल्स जो था वो कलेक्ट करता था लोगों से। जैसे कि हम लोग क्या करते हैं रूटीन में, आप लोग देखते हो आपके घरों में कोई दूध वाला आ रहा है, मोस्टली वही आते हैं ना गलियों में देने के लिए, बाकी सामान तो आप लोगों को जाना पड़ता है, या सब्जी वाला आ रहा है, पर सब्जी वालों के साथ कम होता है ऐसा, बहुत कुछ लोगों का होगा भी बट रेयर। बट मिल्क मैन के साथ हमारी डीलिंग मोस्टली बहुत से लोगों की ऐसी होती है कि वी पे द बिल एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ, पूरे महीने के बाद। ऐसे उन्होंने क्या किया हुआ था? द बेकर यूजुअली कलेक्टेड हिज बिल्स एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ। मंथली अकाउंट्स यूज्ड टू बी रिकॉर्डेड ऑन सम वॉल इन पेंसिल। And how he used to keep his record? Not in any book or any notebook, कोई डायरी में नहीं था। He used to keep the record on the walls in pencil. पेंसिल के साथ वो दीवारों के ऊपर लिखते जाते थे रिकॉर्ड सारा। Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. और पुराने दिनों में, इन ओल्ड डेज वो कह रहे हैं कि बेकिंग जो था इट वाज ए प्रॉफिटेबल प्रोफेशन, बहुत अच्छा प्रॉफिट उन लोगों को मिलता था, अच्छे पैसे वो कमा लेते थे। द बेकर एंड हिज फैमिली, वो कहाँ से पता चलता है? सी द प्रूफ विच दे आर गिविंग कि कैसे हमें पता चलता कि ये एक अच्छा प्रोफेशन था? द बेकर एंड हिज फैमिली नेवर स्टार्व्ड, कि बेकर और उसकी फैमिली के लोग कभी भी भूखे नहीं रहते थे. स्टार्व्ड मींस दे नेवर केप्ट हंग्री, कभी भी भूखे नहीं रहते थे. ही एंड हिज फैमिली एंड हिज सर्वेंट्स ऑलवेज लुक्ड हैप्पी एंड प्रॉस्परस, कि उनकी फैमिली और वो खुद और सर्वेंट्स, अनदर प्रूफ कि उन्होंने सर्वेंट्स भी रखे हुए थे, दैट शोज कि दे वर हैविंग गुड मनी, तभी सर्वेंट्स रखे थे ना. एंड दे ऑल लुक्ड हैप्पी एंड प्रॉस्परस, कि वो देखने में बहुत अच्छी लाइफ, प्रॉस्परस, रिच, अच्छे लोगों की तरह लाइफ लीड करते थे, अच्छा स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ उनका लिविंग था. देयर प्लम्प फिजिक वाज एन ओपन टेस्टिमनी टू दिस. अनदर प्रूफ, देयर फिजिकल अपीयरेंस, देयर फिजिक दैट वाज प्लम्प. प्लम्प किसको कहते हैं? मोटा ताजा, देखने में अच्छा, हेल्दी पर्सन जो है, उनका प्लम्प फिजिक जो था, उनका हेल्दी जो बॉडी था, मोटा ताजा शरीर जो था, दैट वाज एन ओपन टेस्टिमनी. टेस्टिमनी इज अ विटनेस, एक गवाह था इस चीज का, एक प्रूफ था कि वो अच्छी लाइफ लीड कर रहे थे, अच्छा पैसा था उनके पास. इवन टुडे एनी पर्सन with a jackfruit like appearance, physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. और आज भी अगर कहते कोई आदमी उनको जैक फ्रूट लाइक फिजिकल अपीयरेंस का मिल जाता है, जैक फ्रूट मींस, एनीवन हु कैन एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज जैक फ्रूट लाइक फिजिकल अपीयरेंस? कि फिजिकल अपीयरेंस जो कि जैक फ्रूट की तरह नजर आए, किसको बोला गया जैक फ्रूट? यहाँ पर कोई ऐसा फ्रूट जो कि बहुत गोल मोल सा, मोटा सा हो. पाइनएप्पल भी छोटा होता है, उससे बड़ा सोचो कुछ. पंपकिन, कद्दू होता है ना बहुत बड़ा गोल गोल सा, या आप वाटरमेलन सोच सकते हो. कोई भी ऐसा फ्रूट जो कि बहुत मोटा ताजा गोल मोल सा हो, कहते ऐसे ही जैसे किसी का पेट बाहर को निकला हो, ऐसा गोल सा कोई अपीयरेंस नजर आए किसी की, तो उसको अभी भी कहते वो लोग कह देते हैं कि वो बेकर है. His appearance is easily compared to a baker, कि पुराने टाइम में उनके बेकर ऐसे होते थे. तो इसलिए अगर अभी भी उनको ऐसा कोई मोटा ताजा आदमी नजर आ जाता है जो कि जैक फ्रूट लाइक फिजिकल अपीयरेंस वाला हो, तो उसको वो अभी भी कह देते थे कि that he is having the appearance like a baker. You can see in your book they have given plump physique, that is pleasantly fat body, and open testimony, that is public statement about a character or quality. कि एक प्रूफ आपको मिल रहा है. क्लियर? इज इट क्लियर नाउ? इज एनी प्रॉब्लम? यू वांट टू आस्क एनी प्रॉब्लम टिल हियर? नो? नाउ यू कैन लुक एट योर बुक. In the next part, after finishing this reading, you have oral comprehension check, and the first question here there is match the following. What is a must? How they use the bread in different ways, that is given to you in this. Read these 4 column statements given to you, and then match it with the other column, how they use the bread for different occasions. Take 1 minute and go through it. Done? Yes, Dhanika.
As marriages, sweetbread for bowl, for party.
Yes, first one is as marriage gifts, and how they use sweet bread called bowl is used on the marriage.
For a party or a feast, bread.
Yes, for a party or a feast, bread. Then
For daughter's engagement, sandwiches.
yes, for a daughter's engagement, sandwiches.
For Christmas, cakes and bowl.
Cakes and bolinhas for the Christmas celebrations or any other festival or occasion celebration. Then come to question number 2. What did the bakers wear? In 2 parts the question is asked. First is in the Portuguese days, and second is when the author was young. उनकी ड्रेस कैसी थी दोनों टाइम में, इन द ट्रेडिशनल टाइम इन द पोर्टुगीज डेज एंड व्हेन द ऑथर वाज यंग. यस.
The baker or the bread seller of those days had a single done known as the wise. It was a single sheet long stalk reaching down to the knee. In our, when the author was young, we usually saw that the baker wearing a skirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half.
Yes. In the first part, you have to answer that in the Portuguese days, the bakers used to wear a dress which was known as kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. And in the second part, when the author was young, they used to see the bakers who were wearing shirt and trousers, which were shorter than full length ones and longer than the half pants. Clear? Then question number 3, who invites the comment, he is dressed like a pader? Yes, Hardik beta.
Who invited and the villagers who saw the person wearing wearing a half pant which is just below the knees.
Anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a painter. Clear? Next, question number 4. Where were the monthly accounts of the baker recorded? Yes, beta. Don't have the book? Very surprising that you are coming specially taking the risk and coming without the book. You don't know the timetable? Read it, beta. It is shared in the group. Yes, beta.
The monthly accounts of the baker were recorded on some wall with the help of pencil.
Yes, the monthly accounts of the baker were recorded at the end of the month. They used to collect the bills and that was recorded on some wall in pencil. Clear? Next, question number 5. What does a jackfruit like appearance mean? Yes, next one.
Jackfruit like parents means that the person is having a plum physique.
Plum physique. And what does it show? What does it signify?
It signifies that person is happy and prosperous.
Yes, it shows that they were happy and prosperous and they were having good profession, profitable profession at that time they were leading. Clear? Yes, any doubt to anyone? Yes.